One, two, one, two. Check it, check it, check it, check it out, out, out. What up, what up, what up? I see three people on deck already. What's good? What's good? Shout out to everybody rocking out with me. Shout out to everybody coming on early. What's the word? Got a decent amount of things to talk about. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is, health is good, and while we're unpacking all of this mayhem and crazy, you know, just craziness, we're gonna unfold it. Shout out to the people just locking in, you know. Um, Make sure, how the support system goes. You know what I mean? The reason I was adamant about, just making sure we all sponsor and keep things that can help us going on is, you know, um, we get to, make things happen. Shout out to my sis Cynthia Harris, who's in the building. She says, "Hey, sir, what's going on, sis?" Yeah, I was shouting you out last week, Cynthia, telling them about the amazing work you did in Somerset County, and just keep up the great work. And we're 100% with you, and continue to create greatness. Shout out to my boy Larry. Capital Gains is in the building. What's good, family? Hope all is well. Um, yeah, sister, continue to do the great work. We're 100% with you. And, I was just so proud and impressed by the great job that you did bringing justice to, for the family of the young man that was killed in Somerset County. So, once again, shout out. Thank you, sis, for standing strong for our community. Yeah, and she said, found guilty, got a guilty plea, and that's a beautiful thing. And yeah, just shout out to you and the great works you do. Shout out to my boy Left. Let me bring it back. Hey Left, what's good, man? Hope all is well. Uh I hope you reached out to my boy Chuck Cathcart. Y'all gonna do some amazing things. I know the album. Make sure you get Larry Capital Gaines' album. And make sure you support that movement, hopefully get him on the show. And because he's been putting it down for Jersey for I don't know how long, probably one of our, in our area, he's the strongest art. He went further than anybody as far as rapping. He's went farther than anybody in our area. So he's definitely a staple on community. Shout out to Left, who represents, yes, he's in Newark, but he represents New Brunswick. Absolutely. He represents P-Way, Piscataway, absolutely, and he represents Newark to the fullest. So we all can take a little bit of ownership in saying we own a piece of Larry Capital Gains. So shout out to the brother, my bro. I think I'm a little older than him. So, shout out to my bro and keep things pumping, man. We need you out there and keep the great works. And also, congratulations on the new grandchild that you guys are expecting. Definitely. Yes, sister Cynthia said found guilty on all counts. Shout out to her. And she also said, thank you. Of course, man, your work definitely is definitely being noticed. You're surprised, you'd be surprised how much of an impact you are, what I'm saying, making. Left Gun said exit 9 forever, all day, baby. You know that. Had to be cordial with it, but it's always exit 9 forever. Shout out to Steve Stone and shout out to the whole family, man. Shout out to Mom Dukes. Happy belated birthday to your dad. I'll be paying attention. Happy belated birthday to Pop Dukes, man. One of the coolest, smoothest dudes I probably ever met. He's just a smooth, cool dude, man. I love the Gaines family structure. I can see why your daughter went so far in her career because, the Gaines family, they support each other, man. They hold when Leah had a show, when she had a show, man, grandma, everybody coming out. It wasn't just no one. So, shout out to the whole Gaines family, man. Shout out to everybody rocking out. Shout out to everybody early on the check-in, man. There's a lot of things I want to unravel, but I can't get everything done in one show. I like to show my special appreciation to everybody who sponsored last week's show. All the people who held me down last week, and I got a nice gift for you guys. I stumbled across these, right? And being that New Jersey is under siege, being that, you know, they take pointless things away from us like shopping bags. We're gonna talk about that a little bit, the shopping bag crisis. You know, but prior to me, shout out to Ben Guy on the check-in. What's good, family? Make sure y'all go on YouTube also, Fight the Power 36. Go to my YouTube channel, lock in. You know, everybody that's rocking out, you know, lock in and share. Make sure y'all share this. Ben said, salute to you too, family. You know, if y'all want to go on you know, other social media platforms and rock out with me. But yeah, I got these, you know, everybody who supported the show, make sure, you know, send your $3 Cash App, keep the show going. Make sure you send your $3 Cash App, keep the show going. Everybody who supported my last show, one way or another, I'm going to get to you and get you your bag. This was the Stay Alert movement. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that real quick. But this is yours. You earned this. This is yours. Thank you for your support last week. But I started the Stay Alert movement 2 years ago, and, you know, in the midst of a lot of human trafficking. So I came up with a, you know, a t-shirt, you know, some items that will protect yourself, and, you know, also a defense class. That was all like a package deal. I think the package deal was maybe like 25, 30, something simple. But you know, it was just to make sure people are aware that human trafficking was actually real, you know, yeah, so I, you know, you got a bag in the whole, you know, whole system. Now, all of a sudden, I stumbled across a few of the bags I had left during a time where they're taking all the bags away from the patrons. Oh, shout out to my homie Kareem Franklin. What's good? When is the basketball game, Mel? My real team ready. All right, he said the real team. I don't know what that team was before though. Nah, but shout out to Reem, man. You know, we had a great event last summer. We you know, had a basketball game. We brought some inner city basketball players from Baltimore, Maryland to New Jersey and played basketball. We had an amazing time, man. So we're going to do it again this year. And hopefully it'll be bigger and better. You know, all your participation is definitely appreciated. Make sure y'all, you know, support the channel. You know, I don't, you know, a lot of people last week went beyond the $3 Cash App. And let me break that down to you guys real quick. I like to keep it at $3. You know, a lot of people gave me more than $3. And here's why. It's greatly appreciated, and I love it for this show. But I think sometimes there's a lot of people who pull the load for everyone else. This is about everybody putting a joint effort in to do equal, you know, work and equal support so we can move on equally. So it's not, you know, but a lot of people, what happens is they'll pay. So say somebody sent me a $10, $15 Cash App. So you pay for four, you know, you supported 4 or 5 people. And what happens is you allow some people to sit on the couch more or be lazy more, just watch the movement go by with their hands folded, but then able to jump into it once it gets established. No, we gotta, you know, a lot of people, I love your support, but we're gonna make these people get off the couch. We're gonna make these people get active. The same people constantly supporting, that's not right. And that shouldn't be the case. We need a joint movement, and that's what we need to do. Hey, Medina, what are you laughing at? What is she laughing at? What is she laughing at? Huh? Shout out to Medina, shout out to Red, shout out to everybody rocking out. She was in the building at the game. It was a beautiful day, man, for the city. And we're gonna do it bigger and better this year. All right. Yeah, Reem said big movement. Absolutely, man. It's gonna get bigger and better every year. I'm also streaming live on YouTube. Go to my YouTube, hit subscribe. Here we go. Hit it. It's right here. Hit it. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the, you know, the YouTube channel. Make sure you share this live wherever you're catching it on YouTube, whether via Facebook, however, make sure you share this live. All right. So yeah, it was a great movement. And like I said, everybody who supported the last show, I got your bags for you. We're gonna figure out how to get them to you. But I think the support, hopefully, if you're in a position to support again, make sure you make it happen. And you know, so we can move the show forward and get bigger and better. My cousin's in the building. You know, Hakeem Pittman. Make sure if you in need of a car, man, reach out to my family, man. He gonna take care of you straight up and down. You ain't gotta worry about the side wine, okey doke, that you get from car salesmen. He's gonna really take care of you. And why I'm mentioning him and telling you to make sure you go to him, because if you go to him and he does you dirty, it's gonna come back to me, and I wouldn't put my name on the line. He's definitely one to reach out to. Hakeem Pittman. He's definitely gonna take care of you, if you're in need of a great, reliable car. So yeah. Hawk, where my pickup? Yo, y'all do the side. Listen, this was my show, bro. Y'all got let me stop playing. But yeah, definitely. We got a few things to discuss and take and talk about. And like I said, I always appreciate your support. So, shoot the Cash App, $3. Let's make it happen, man. And let's keep this going. Keep it going. Our first one, like I said, with the bags, right? I was doing a little research, because now, New Jersey is bullying the people again. For everybody that voted simply Democrat for the sake of voting Democrat, that's a problem. Now you are the reason why we are in this predicament where we're getting bags taken from us. We got to carry items out of the stores in our hands, or we got to purchase bags and things of that nature. This is another form of bullying the residents of New Jersey. Another bullying tactic by Governor Phil Murphy. And, it's at its peak by now. Like, how much more bullying can we tolerate? Now, here is the problem that I have. You know what I mean? Shout out to cuz, appreciate you, cuz. Definitely, cuz, all day, man. Like I said, shout out to Hawk. Hey, Hawk, you're gonna get about $100,000, man. I want to see that $3 Cash App go off, cuz. That's all my percent. All I want, if 1 million people come see you and they deal with you and purchase a car, all I want is my $3. What's up? And also, man, love you, Mel. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to you too, Reem. Also, make sure you go see Reem also too. You know what I'm saying? Reem doing his own thing. He's a barber. If you ever need a haircut, come down to check Reem out. Reem, shout yourself out, shout the business out. And we're gonna do this. We young black entrepreneurs here, man. Yeah, the only way we young black entrepreneurs, and that's how we're gonna do it. That's how we're gonna make it happen, man. We gotta take care of each other. So yeah. Go to New Trends. You'll see Reem in there. Get your cut. He gonna pipe you out. He gonna take care of you. Yo, he just now listen. Look what he said. Now look, Haki, I just gave a whole 5 minutes on sending extra. Now he sends $50. You see how people don't listen. But now he always been supporting me, man. This is my first cousin. Both our mothers are sisters. Both our mothers are deceased. Out of the eight Pittman kids, the only two that passed away was my mother and his mother. So we're more like brothers. I cringe when I say the word cousin. And he's always been a solid guy, man. Good heart, beautiful person. And, so he'll definitely take care of you. Make sure you reach out to Hakeem. Inbox him on Facebook. If you're friends with him on Facebook, inbox him on Facebook and make arrangements if you're looking for a car and you don't want to go through all the nonsense and the haggling and feeling like you got something, taken advantage of. Go see him. You don't got to purchase anything, but once you deal with him and you go book a set, meet with him, you understand why, you made the right decision, because he's straight up and down. He's going to make sure. He's more about getting you in that car. A lot of times I had to have a conversation with him like, yo, you move a car, you ain't making no money. And his conscience is like, well, I want to make sure that they get a good deal. And all right, yeah, that's cool, but make sure you take care of yourself too in the process. So he's definitely going to take care of you. So reach out to Hakeem Pittman, inbox him and send him, of course, tell him Termel Pittman or Termel's Urban Report sent you. And here's Reem, Booksy.com/Kareem Cuts. So hit him out too. We're going to build a whole nation. That's the whole idea of this show, is to build the whole nation. It ain't about one person. It ain't about me building a platform. A lot of times this is what happened. I did Urban Report 2 years ago and I stopped. And, it's not about me building a large platform and people who are supporting me and rocking with me get left behind. And now you see me, I'm maybe a major YouTuber. I'm doing this and I'm doing this. I'm going over here doing all these speaking engagements. We got to build as a unit. If I move forward, that means that everybody who rocks with me is moving in a lateral position. We're moving forward. So definitely, man, this is about promoting your business. This is about supporting each other, and it's about building this strong economy. Now, hey, what's good to my auntie? Hey, hello, nephew. Shout out to my auntie, Linda McCalla. Shout out to the whole McCalla family. Everybody representing. Yeah, we're gonna have a beautiful show. We're definitely gonna have an amazing show. I wanted to get back to the bag situation and why we are walking around carrying our groceries in our hands. And there's no real reason why they took away the bags. New Jersey's reason for us not having bags is simply the fact that they want to stop littering. Like, they want to stop people from littering and stop pollution. Like, there's no major issue with bags being all around. Like, I don't see a bunch of shopping bags all flying around the streets and all in their way when you're driving. There's no influx of shopping bags in our way. So that's a lame excuse of saying that's the reason why you took away the bags in the supermarket. Now, here's the thing. You want to stop littering. You took the bags away from us. A lot of people will put their trash in a bag. Now, if people are eating, they're just going to drop it on the floor. You're going to deal with even more littering because you still got the plastic packaging, and they're saying it's in the environment. So that's not the reason why they made it. It's just to inconvenience us, because we went through the whole COVID situation, and this is how the government react. This is how they act. Once we went through the COVID situation, they deemed us weak and vulnerable, because that was a strong blow for some people, especially the ones who bought all into it, hook, line, and sinker. They were devastated. So the best time is to strike the general public when you're at its weakest point. And that's us coming out for the COVID. So now you see the bags are being taken away from us. We're going to talk about the monkeypox. We're going to get to it. We're going to talk about the monkeypox and things of that nature. Shout out to my sis. My family, my cousin, one of my number one supporter. Shout out to Sabrina Blocker and Sabrina Blocker Little. You know what I mean? I don't want her husband, I don't want my cousin-in-law to kill me, but shout out to my cousin who always support me and always make sure that, her family's taken care of. Her little cousin's taken care of. I remember one time my cousin Sabrina, she said, "You got chocolates?" I say, "Yeah, cuz my chocolates, I somewhat the New Me Help Center chocolates, $3 a piece." She bought 2 boxes of chocolates. She probably still got chocolates to this day. That just goes to show you how when you do something positive, there's people who are watching you from the outside who support you. Forget the naysayers. Forget what people who talk bad about you, they weren't going to support you either way. So forget the naysayers. The people who watch you on the side who really have the same ideologies as you do, they don't talk. They don't talk much. They talk with action. So shout out to my cousin Sabrina. Hope all is well. And tell your husband to keep sending me the mixes. Y'all gotta hear her husband's his mix songs. He like remix songs, and I've heard a lot of remixes, but his is so fine tuned. Like, he could send you like 12 songs. You could do a whole party off of just his remixes. So, we'll talk about that also. But yeah, shout out to all my family that's rocking out with me. So yeah, the reason they took the bags, I'm trying to, they're saying because of littering and stop and make you be more conscious of littering, so to speak. But a lot of plastic bags weren't in our way. That wasn't a big issue with us. Now you got candy wrappers and, plastic bottles and all of that. That was an issue. So you can't take the plastic bottles away, the plastic packaging. So you take the plastic bags. This is just a strike at the people while they're at a vulnerable state. The things keep hitting us. We're coming off of COVID. And a lot of times I don't think they got the reaction that they expected with the COVID virus. They expected to be mayhem, pandemonium, people running around crazy, trying to eat each other and trying to, go bananas on, each other And that wasn't the case. And so when I appreciate you too, cuz, love you too. Tell all the family I said I love them. And yeah, so they expected so much out of COVID. Oh, everybody gonna go crazy, everybody gonna go mayhem, and that wasn't the case. So what they did was create that. All right, you guys aren't scared to come outside. You guys aren't going to, go crazy on each other. Everybody was calm, composed, and that's not what they needed at that time. So they shut everything down and created pandemonium. I'm real focused on what transpired just last year. They shut everything down because they needed to push the vaccine and push an agenda, and it still didn't pan out the way they wanted. Every day they find out a new person. There were more people purchasing their vaccine cards. We had vaccine cards last year. There were more people purchasing vaccine cards than the ones that were actually getting vaccinated. That goes to show you, we're talking about law enforcement, nurses, people in the healthcare field. It was just crazy, so it didn't plan out the way they expected. So now we got another ploy coming. Everything is hitting at once. Now we got the monkeypox, But let me get on you guys real quick. Let me get on you guys about the bags, because this is a government. You guys, everybody who pushed people, because this is strictly Governor Murphy. He does what he wants. He likes to create executive orders so he can do whatever he wants. And people voted him back in simply because he's a Democrat. He don't have any, grassroots theologies, but simply because he's a Democrat, he's back in office. And this is what we have to deal with. Now, everybody who's a Democrat that told you to vote Democrat simply because, here's the problem. You allow somebody to leverage your vote besides you. Think about, just pay attention real quick. Think about that. Think about what I said real quick. You allow somebody. Now, here's how it works with politics. You got a group of Democrats that'll come out and tell you, vote, vote Democrat, vote Democrat, vote Democrat, vote Democrat, vote Democrat. When they get a block, they call it a block. When they get a block of voters to all vote Democrat, they take that vote to elected officials and leverage that vote on their behalf. Whether it be their organization or their personal gain, or whether it be a contribution or contract, whatever it is, they take your vote and leverage it on their behalf. On their behalf. So you just gave your vote. That's why they push Democrats. So they would rather you vote Democrat than you vote Republican. They would rather you vote for a Democrat than you vote for a Republican that will do more for the people, or an independent that would do more for the people, or somebody in the Green Party that would do more. They would rather you vote Democrat because they can't leverage your vote in any other way, in any other party. So the black people that come to you and tell you vote Democrat, I'm a dedicated Democrat. They're not dedicated to the Democrat Party. They're dedicated to leveraging your vote. So you go vote Democrat on their behalf. They consider that a block vote, and they say, well, listen, I got 1,000 registered voters on my behalf. So now, what do I get out of that? Well, what's your organization? Yeah. Oh yeah, we're going to give you a major contribution. Are we going to give you a contract? Are we going to work? That's what politicians do. They don't want to deal with individual people. What they want to do is they want to deal with the people who got the people. So you're giving your vote away. I would rather not vote than to just give my vote away and have somebody else leverage it. That's why when things happen, when the Democrats in office, what they do is shout out to my family, the enemy's public. He said Democrats are a trick bag. Absolutely. I would rather not vote, or vote for a Green Party, or vote for a Republican, whoever, because someone else is leveraging my vote and they're getting their concerns taken care of while I just gave them my vote. You might as well throw your vote away. That's why they tell you, you got to vote or die. You better vote. You vote. We marched on Washington. We walked on buses to vote, because they're leveraging your vote. They're taking your vote and getting some gain from it. So why don't you use your vote if anybody's going to gain from your vote, why not it be you? This is how you do it. You get together with a group of people with the like mind, with the same ideologies, and you put small funds together. Like, say for instance, right, you can get 100 people together and they put $100 together, and you listen to what works for you. Don't look at parties, and don't let nobody tell you who to vote for. You look at your group and say, well, listen, this is what I need to do. You know what? I'm going to do this, and we're going to vote this way. Our group is going to vote this way. You got 100 people that would be more powerful than 1,000 people who just vote. And you got 100 people, $100. You go to a candidate that you agree with and say, listen, we got this $10,000, right? Check this out. I'm gonna give y'all a game. You know, what my boy, my said, he said Al Sharpton. Yes, Al, Ben Crump. It's a lot of people. You got organizations who do the same thing. Anybody who's saying vote or die. Then when you get ready to vote, say, oh, you got to vote Democrat. First, you got to vote. Now, you got to vote Democrat because they're leveraging your vote, and you need to leverage your own vote. But you get 100 people, boom. You go to the candidate that you guys agree with, for the majority of you guys agree with, and you say, listen, we're going to vote for you, and we're going to donate to your campaign. We're going to contribute to your campaign. What happens is, whether they win or lose, the opponent looks at that, because if it's a close race and say, for instance, they blow your opponent out the water. Okay, fine. We'll find another candidate that we agree with. And if in the next election, they don't know if it's going to be close or not. And if it's a close election and you contribute to their opponent, then they know that they could get taken out of office. So they will take your concerns into consideration, regardless of whether that opponent wins or loses. That's the trick. You know, he said, Tamika Mallory. Yeah, that's what anybody telling you to vote for a particular party all the time, like, I'm a dedicated Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not Green Party. I'm not any of that. What I am is a person who wants change in our community. And you could talk change. Okay, cool. And you lie to me, don't worry about it, because our block, we're going to leverage our vote to go against you next year. So you can take me under consideration whether you want to or not. But guess what? That $10,000 will go to your opponent. So you better hear me. And that's as simple as that. Imagine 100 people changing the way elections are. So yeah, I'm gonna host a workshop on that. My family, the enemy public, said it depends on where you want to be stabbed. Democrats stab you in the back, Republicans stab you in the chest. At least you see it coming. Yeah, and you get to control, because the Democrats and the Republicans aren't the only party. So we have to learn to leverage our vote and stop giving it away to people who are leveraging it for us, who cares nothing about us. I don't care if they are your same skin color. We got to stop that. But yeah, this is an amazing show, man. Shout out to everybody rocking out. Like I said, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. We're here for a minute. We got a nice amount of time, but yeah. So that's why Phil Murphy is doing whatever he wants to do to us, and he does it with immunity, because we leveraged our vote and gave it to the Democrats, who he's not even a Democrat. He's a hedge fund guy. He's about corporate gain. That's it. Public enemy. He on the road. He said, "What you say, family?" He says, always vote your interest. Absolutely. Find people that vote, that got the same like minds, and say, well, listen, man, how much money could we come up with? It's simple. All right, we're going to come up with this amount of money, and we're going to, because one thing, black people think all you got to do is vote. But the other people who, you got the Latinos, the Asians, the white, everybody else, they vote and they contribute to campaigns. That's a big difference. That sets you apart. So we want real change, no Trump change. Absolutely. That's what we want, family. So make sure you do that. So we won't have to be carrying bags outside of the grocery store. We could actually, see something that we don't agree with and voice our opinions. They're going to slam the door on you if they don't know that you got back and you can affect the vote. It's not about, it's about affecting the vote before the election. Because even if you are a powerhouse and your person loses, they recognize that you are a powerhouse. You could still make some things happen. All right. So like I said, please reach out to me, inbox me. I want to get everybody who's supporting, man. This is Stay Alert. And the reason why I did the Stay Alert bag, right? We're gonna talk about, a lot of things. I got to get a lot of stuff in within this hour. Man, it's crazy. But yeah, the Stay Alert 365 human trafficking is real. Now, this is important also too, right? And I want to get it out to shout out to my boy D Nice. I want to get his wife one. The bag is important because the idea that I had when human trafficking was real heavy, and we can apply this now because of the, people getting shot up in grocery stores and things of that nature. This bag was to deter anyone from any crazy idea that they had. I'm going to switch the saying on the new bags that I come out with and the new t-shirts. But this bag was to deter anybody who was thinking about human trafficking. So say, for instance, and now guess what? You got to carry a bag into the stores now. So why not have a bag that says something about your safety? And you can't stop anyone from doing anything. Like, we got locks on our houses, but if anybody wanted to get in, the lock can't stop a person. Alarm can't stop a person from getting your house. All these are mechanisms to prohibit a person from thinking about doing it, deter a person from thinking about doing it. That's all. Locks don't stop people. Windows, you could put the latch on anyone. It don't stop nobody from, if they want to come in your house, they can get in your house. So what we do is we try to deter people as much as possible. So the bag, it has Stay Alert. So if somebody's interested in possibly kidnapping or doing something crazy, everybody reading that bag will put it out there like, oh, Stay Alert, human trafficking is real. Like, yeah, they on to us, man. And, one bag can change the whole atmosphere and the mindset. If you're in a grocery store and the mass shooter, listen, be aware of your surroundings and anything, a bag that states that, because I'm going to host a class. I'm going to be hosting a class. I was in Newark last week. I had an amazing time in Newark. I'm going to be hosting a class. Shout out to the African Black Panther Party. We're going to be putting together a workshop for safety. And there's going to be a number of items there for people to purchase just to keep them safe. And there's going to be a lot of information there also. So I want you guys to sign up and register for the class. It'd be a couple hours. We're going to bring some people in to keep you safe as possible. I'm a person who tries to find a solution. Regardless of how bad things may look, there's always a solution, and everybody can't go into panic mode. You got some people that need to, have come up with solutions. Vast majority of people will panic in a time of mayhem, but you need people to come up with solutions. And I'm one of the guys who will, I do panic or whatever, but come up with solutions. So I'm putting together a class. I was in Newark all day with my brother. Shout out to my aunt Maz. Shout out to my brother Zulu. And we've been strategizing. I wasn't out there just hanging out. I ran into the rap group Twin Hype. Shout out to Twin Hype in the building. Shout out to those brothers. But yeah, we're going to come up with a solution to make sure that we can defend ourselves and deter people from doing certain things. So when that class come out, I need you guys to sign up. It's going to be an amazing event, and it's going to be real soon. So yeah, definitely make sure you sign up to that class. Shout out to everybody who's been rocking out with me. Shout out to, let me check. If you did, please drop something in the comment. If you just send a Cash App, I know some people like to contribute and donate and be very, quiet about it. But please, send me a notification. Let me know that you support it. Shout out to Latoya, who just rocked out and gave me support. Like I said, shout out to my bro Hakeem. Everybody rocking out. Thank you guys, man. And yeah, ladies, everybody. So I'm gonna try to get you these Stay Alert, because human trafficking is still an issue. Also, let's not get confused. Human trafficking is still an issue. So I want to get these bags to you guys who supported and just show of appreciation. Now I want to also discuss, because I was brushing over it, the monkeypox. Yeah, let's discuss the monkeypox and where we're at with that, because that is the quote unquote new pandemic. So shout out to my sis Giovanni Monique, is in the building, one of my number one supporters. Shout out to the whole family. And shout out to her brothers, shout out to Charles and them, and everybody rocking out. Big shout out to all the family. Shout out to all my Brunswick family. We're dealing with the monkeypox now. So first, let's rewind real quick for those who just getting on. Make sure you leverage your vote. Make sure you get the benefit of your vote. All right, not anyone else. I don't care if it's the local election, the county election, state election, or federal election. Make sure you leverage your vote and no one else. And if you do leverage your vote, then when you don't agree with certain things, you can go directly to the state. I represent X, Y, and Z, and we don't agree with this. So I'm tired of carrying. I don't want to carry grocery bags in my arms outside of this grocery store. Because what if you don't have bags? And what if you spent all of your money? What if you don't have bags, right? Let's just deal with this real quick. What if you don't have any bags, right? And you spent all your money on groceries. So you got an armful of women. It's late night. It's late at night, right? You got an armful of groceries. You don't have any bags. You're walking to your car and you got to put your items down and put your key in the door. Imagine an attacker on a prowl. Imagine an attacker on a prowl and how much time he got to grab you up, because you got to put your items on a car, get your keys, open the door, and do all of that. That's too much. That's a dangerous situation that they could care less about. That's too much. Give me a bag. Let me drop my bags in my car, go on about my business. People carrying, you can't assume that everybody can afford a bag. You can't assume that everybody remembered to bring a bag. You just can't assume that, So we got to make sure we leverage our vote so we don't got to go through things like that. We don't got to just be on the receiving end of these idiotic ideas. No. All right, you came up with the idea, but we can do something to change it. So leverage your vote. Now here, there's a new pandemic that they're creating and bringing out. It's called the monkeypox. Now, first off, I'll say this. When they say it's the monkeypox, Black people do not get offended. It has nothing to do, even though it has something to do with the Congo, but when they say monkeypox, don't associate yourself with that. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with our features and our description. For the record, this is just for the record, and this is a fact. I'm just stating a fact. A monkey is a pale animal with a flat butt and no lips. It's not Black people. Let me repeat. For the record, and I'm just stating the facts. A monkey is a pale animal with a flat butt and no lips. Has nothing to do with us. So, all right, now, this new pandemic that they're creating, the monkeypox, which was created in a laboratory in 1958 in Denmark. And the first human trace of this disease was, of course, they always got to go to Africa, in the Congo. Now, the first time in 1970, a human contracted. So it was a laboratory experiment, I guess, in Denmark, 1958. And I guess it leaked out. Same old story. And now in 1970, the first person that ever contracted the disease was in 1970. Now here's this crazy part about this disease. Monkeys don't carry it. The vast majority of monkeys don't carry it. That's crazy. The monkeypox, you can't get it from a monkey. Let that sink in, And so, that was the origin of the disease. And now all of a sudden, it hits us. It's, someone else comes up with the monkeypox that they didn't get from a monkey. And, we're trying to figure this out. And at the same time, you got all of this being hit at us at once. Once the coronavirus, we already wore out. Now here comes the monkeypox, which to me is a total joke. Two ways you can get it. What they're saying is, they're going to eventually change it once people start getting aware. Two ways you can get it. Either an animal bites or scratches you, or You eat meat, pay attention. You eat meat undercooked from an animal that had the monkeypox. Those are the two ways you can get it. The enemy of public said, of course not. If you shave a monkey, it looks like them, not us. We have real hair, others have fur. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we have real hair, others have fur. So they they're pushing this now because these are the three ways that you can get it: through scratching, through an animal biting you with monkeypox, or undercooked food of an animal that has monkeypox. So 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna. For one, it's very rare that you're gonna catch it from a monkey. Very rare that you catch monkeypox from a monkey. That says a lot in itself. It's very rare that an animal, okay, if an animal bites you and it has monkeypox, like a dog or whatever, then that's how you can contract it. Or if an animal scratches you, like a cat or dog or something, that's how you can contract it. That's more likely to happen than a monkey doing those things. Or you eat undercooked meat that has the monkeypox in it. That's where they can get you. That's one of the ways they can get you. So they're basically trying to say that it's going to come through the meat in the food that we eat. So they're attacking you on gas. They're attacking you on meat. They're attacking you on baby formula. And they're attacking. So there's so many attacks that's coming at you right now at the same time. So it can overwhelm you. So the goal is the goal is for us to get overwhelmed, and that's a problem. That's why these shows are important, because we can get overwhelmed and it can affect your daily routine because of this. Most people won't have an issue if they didn't have internet, if they didn't have social media, if they didn't have a TV or mainstream media. If they had none of that, they wouldn't have no problems in the world because they wouldn't know what was going on. Every time there's a situation that there's an agenda that they want to push. And when I say they, I mean the government and the corporations. And I mean the lobbyists and the lawyers. All of them work hand in hand. Lawyers, elected officials, corporate owners, lobbyists, they all work hand in hand. These are the ones who control you. As long as they have an agenda, what they do is they create the agenda and then they follow it with a marketing campaign. If you don't know about a monkeypox, you ain't scared of it. So they come with a marketing campaign right after they create their agenda. Right now, nobody's scared of COVID because their campaign money is not being allocated to COVID no more. So nobody has COVID anymore. The minute they put more campaign and marketing dollars into COVID virus, everybody will be sick with the COVID again. Just like with the crack epidemic. Before you even seen crack, cocaine, you seen that egg getting cracked in the skillet. You know what I mean? Talking about this is crack, this is your drugs, this is your brain on drugs. The campaign about crack came out before the drug actually did. So whenever they have an agenda, they're going to create the agenda and then push the campaign right after that. And that's what we need to be mindful of and aware of. All right. So yeah, the monkeypox is basically, I think you can use the smallpox vaccine to prevent it. And they have some other type of vaccine that they're about to push out and roll out that can prevent you from the monkeypox. So the reason to get everybody vaccinated is to what, quote unquote, take preventative measures. So you don't want the monkeypox. So, they're going to have a couple people come on TV and, end up, I got the monkeypox. A few people, they're going to neglect them in the hospital and they're going to die. And, they died. The monkeypox is real. I know people who died from the monkeypox and the monkeypox is real. They're going to do all that. And then they're going to come up with a preventative measure. If you take this vaccine, then you won't get the monkeypox. Hook, line, and sinker. We seen how that went. We seen the end results of that. So you guys just be mindful. Just be mindful and be patient. Everybody that practiced patience 2 years ago who weren't vaccinated, they got to understand in how grateful patience is. All right. So just be mindful. Just pay attention and just watch the show. The circus is coming. Just watch it. You don't got to get involved with it. You don't got to boo it. Just watch it. Just pay attention to the circus because it's definitely coming. And we watch it and we pay attention and we build so that when we get in a position, in a predicament to change the circus, we can do it. We know what we're going at. See, sometimes you can be in a position to attack something, but you're attacking the wrong thing. So let's just be quiet. Let's just be chill and be mindful and be watchful and just watch everything and pay attention. So then when we get in a predicament and we're in a position to make some strong decisions on our behalf, we can make the right decision, right? You got groups and large groups of people who are all together here, but they're making the wrong decision. That ain't what we need to be talking about. We need to be talking about this. All right. So you want to stop gun violence? Yeah, you're going about the wrong direction. I don't care how large your group is or your organization is, and it's going it the wrong way. All right. So let's just be mindful. We're going to be patient right now. We're going to exercise patience. And that's what today's show should have been. Let's exercise patience. But yeah, so we're not tripping off the monkeypox, right? We're not gonna go crazy. We're just gonna sit there and we're gonna watch and we're gonna be patient. Once again, shout out to he said change the M on monkeypox to an H. Yo, he bugging. He said change the M on monkeypox to an H. And what do you have? You got the hunkypox. Yo, I gotta have him on my show, man. I know it's gonna be. I gotta have him on my show. But shout out to everybody rocking in from YouTube too, man. I need to get my YouTube following up, man. I'll tell you the crazy part I got. That's another story that'll take too long. But I want to dive deep into, before it gets too late. I have to talk about these mass shootings. Have to make sure you send your $3 in and support the show. Make sure you hit the share button. Please make sure you hit that share button and share the show. Let's take care of each other. Let's make sure that platforms continue on. And even if they snatch our platforms, say for instance, they say, well, they don't like what I'm saying, they snatch my platform, I could be in a predicament to create an even bigger platform with the resources that you guys provided me with. I do not want to go corporate sponsor. I don't want corporate sponsors. I don't want government sponsors. I want grassroots sponsors. I think I'm one of the firm believers in people who are trying to climb the ladder. People who are trying to climb the ladder, they say I'm crazy because it's so easy to get, you can climb so fast with corporate sponsors and, government sponsors and things of that nature. But grassroots, you have all control. You have total control. The only people you answer to is the people who you would want to answer to, and that is the people. So that's why I push heavy on, we can take care of each other, man. I don't gotta do this and do that and jump through a hoop, and I don't gotta be unapologetic, apologetic about anything I feel passionate about because the people support me, sponsor me. So send that $3 Cash App. And those who, support the show, please inbox me and let's make arrangements to get you your bag. Stay alert 365. Human trafficking is real. I want you to walk up in that grocery store with that loud and proud and deter any type of person who have ill intentions that day. They read that bag, they can be like, oh, we got to get up out of here. Yo, this lady walking around with a stay alert 3. Does she know we in here? Yeah. So make sure you inbox me so I can get you guys that bag. Yeah, but the mass shootings, okay. For one, we still got to continue to exercise patience. This has been the last 60 days have been crazy. 3 mass shootings in the last 60 days. Let me look at my records. Okay, April 12th, we had the Brooklyn shooting. And I want y'all to chime in and let me know your perspective. April 12th, we had the Brooklyn shooting. And May 14th, we had the Buffalo shooting, right? And then on May 24th, we had the Texas school shooting. That's within 43 mass shootings within 45 days. That's insane. Now, here's the other tricky part to that. One was a black man, one was a white man, and one was a Latino. Plots gets thickened. Now, the black man targeted anybody in plain view, anybody he can get it, in sight, anybody he can in his view, in his vision, he shot. The white man, I'm not gonna say kid, white man, he specifically targeted elderly black people, predominantly women. And the Latino man, he targeted little middle schoolers, little kids, 4th and 5th graders. 45 days, three mass shootings, 3 different targets. We need to really discuss that and look beyond the scope of what the media is telling us. Brother said, we had more mass shootings than the days of the year. Absolutely. We get in that and here. So for everyone who's saying that, I guess this is just a rough time, or I'm not gonna delve too deep into it because I might not be a fan. What's the odds of me going to the grocery store, or what's the odds of my kid getting daycare, their school, middle school getting shot up? This happened within 45 days. So now it's become a culture. This is not a random act. This is people being inspired by one entity or another, but being inspired to go out and act on their psychopathic mindset. These are people who, from all different walks of life. You got a 62-year-old, an 18-year-old, and I think the other kid was in his between 18 and 20. So you have 2 young adults and a senior who all committed mass random shootings within the last 45 days. And I think it has a lot to do with the complacency of the general public. Here's the thing, right? When you think of hurting someone else, regardless of what your intent, when you plan on going out to hurt someone that don't even know you, 9 times out of 10 never seen you before a day in your life and in their life, never had a conversation with you, never seen you in passing, you just go out, you load a gun, and I'm gonna shoot somebody that don't even know me, never met me. That's a sick, scary situation. Because everybody talk about, well, the hood shootings, and we shoot, people shoot in the hood. Yeah, of course, absolutely. But there is a meaning behind it. And it doesn't negate the fact that it's still ignorance. It doesn't negate the fact that it's still terrorism. There's still a meaning behind it. To have a person go and just shoot random people who don't even know them, that's scary, because you don't know when that can trigger off again. And you can't say, well, hold up, it's a white thing. Nah, 62-year-old black man shot people recently. You can't say it's a black thing. Nah, 18-year-old white kid shot somebody. You can't say it's a Latino shot somebody. A mass shooting. So it's 3 different races within the last 45 days, and we're trying to figure out what's our next step. And I'll say, like I said before, first off, I told you guys I'm putting together a class to where it's self-defense and, to protect yourself and exercise preventative maintenance and preventative awareness when you're out and about. Do not think for 1 second that, everything is going to be okay. And yeah, that time and period just came and went. Nah, you're still at risk. Every time you leave your house, you're at risk. And Salvador Ramos bought the 2 AR-15s on his 18th birthday on May 20th, along with 300 rounds of ammunition. Texas allow you to buy guns like this. Oh, Texas allow you to buy guns like lettuce. Yeah, and if the fascination with guns, because here's the thing, right? Everybody thinks, I think it's a lot of the white Americans. They think, oh, well, you know what? I'm a gun owner. Somebody comes to my house and I'm going to, defend myself, protect but you're not always with your family. You're not always at home, and you don't always have a gun with you. And you can't always determine whose switch is going to flip around you when you're not armed. See, that's the thing. When you carry your gun, here's how it go, right? When you're a gun owner and you carry your gun, it's exciting. Maybe for the first 4, 5, 6 months. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, come on. Yeah, where are they? Bad guys, come on, please, bad guys. You're looking in the back of your house. You're looking through the window. Come on, bad guys. I just got my gun. Come on. Then 6 months go by, 9 months go by, a year go by. You toting this gun around. 12 months go by. Then another year and a half. You're like, man, I'm tired of toting this gun. Ain't nothing gonna happen. And the day you put it down is the day it happens. So nobody's immune to it. It can happen anywhere. It can go down at any time. So everybody thinking, oh, I'm set and I'm ready. Yeah, you get tired after a while of toting around, So I think that we need to also exercise patience on these situations also, because it's something fishy. It's something fishy, and it's happening at a fishy time. Everything that they're trying to get us to go electric with our vehicles, our cars, because they don't want gas and oil anymore. Why don't they want gas and oil? Because guess what? If the government needs you to stop and starve, because listen, if something happens, you're going to do jump in your car and drive to a safer place. But the government could put a lock on your car, on everyone's car, and can't nobody move. Now it's mayhem. They are trying to find a way to create mayhem. They thought the coronavirus pandemic would do it, and it didn't. So they're trying to find a way to put us in a predicament that when they come with their agenda, that we will go crazy and mayhem, and then they come in with order to calm people down. They're going to create the mayhem and then come in with the solution. And for people who are ignorant, fully vaccinated, they got their booster, they got their booster, and then they got the booster. They're going to be hook, line, and sinker. My thing is to the government, and I'm saying this and I hope that they're listening. I'm sure they are. They are willing participants that will go along with your. It's enough of them. Take them. We don't agree with that. There you got willing participants. I'm boosted. Yep, I got my vaccine. I got my card. I got my booster shot. I got my Omicron shot. I got my chamomile shot. I got my vodka shot. Oh, I got it. So they all fully vaccinated. You can use them. If you got to experiment, if you want to do concentration, can't do all that, use them. They'll take care. They'll have a problem with following orders that are, whether they're right or wrong. You are the government. They subscribe to, your ideologies. Take them. Democrat, take them. Everybody don't agree with that. So, I say we exercise patience. And my sis, Giovanni Monique, said absolutely right. We have to exercise patience, and we have to make sure that we are watching before we react, because that's important, to watch before we react. Everything is hitting us, and there's going to be more hitting us. And by the time you react, now something else done came up and throw you off. So you got to, switch off. Let's exercise patience. I ain't I'm gonna still be, putting the shows and informing us, until they come for me. But I'm gonna still be making sure that we're informed. But we gotta exercise patience and not jump the conclusion, not jump the gun, because we got so many things. The media is going to give us a narrative. You're going to get another narrative from social media. Then you're going to get people speculate, putting things together. So there's going to be a lot to unfold. And when we react and not pay attention to the totality of the situation, then, sometimes it makes things worse. They don't want a people that could sit back and, oh, this is coming out. And you just be calm, like, okay. You scared? I don't know. Should I be? What are you doing? I'm watching you. Just be patient, be mindful, and watch everything. And then once you react, and in the process of watching, not be lackadaisical, but be mindful and make sure in the process of you paying attention that you continue to build. So that when you decide, all right, this is what it is. Okay, this is what we're dealing with. All right, let me react this way. You not be behind. And when it's time to react, you be in a position to react. So these school shootings, it could be a lot behind it. It could be, it's just not happening just to happen. There's a reason behind it. There's an agenda behind it. What the enemy's public said, the New Jersey wants us to trust police to protect us when they victimize us. New Jersey gun laws need to change. Guns are only dangerous when the villains is pointing it at you and you don't have one. That's the only time the guns are dangerous. And it's proven that, when you go out and about, and if here's the thing with the 18-year-old kid. Well, you know what? I'll say all these shooters. One thing people don't like to do is pull out a gun and shoot when everyone got guns, when everybody got guns. That's the last thing they're trying to do. It had to be really worth it, a really serious situation to pull out and shoot in public when everybody got guns. So most people don't do that. So that's the reason why they get them in selective hands. And ultimately it backfires, because now guess what? In that grocery store, if that 65-year-old lady had her piece on her, then it might have been playtime. And there's some things, even when you go into the grocery store, everybody don't got to be a registered gun owner. But there are certain things that you need to know, like active shooter, you tear gas, they can't see. They can't shoot with accuracy if their vision is impaired. There's ways to protect yourself, and give yourself a chance in situations like that. And we're gonna host that class within the next couple, maybe a week or so. Within the next couple of weeks, we're gonna host that class and give you guys the opportunity to learn how to protect yourself. And yeah, of course, you're still gonna be fearful, but you will have a chance. It's about giving yourself a chance. So yeah, we're gonna definitely make that happen. Right. So I say exercise patience. And this hour went quick. It's already an hour and 3 minutes. Before I sign off, I would love to take, whoever else rock with me. Shout out to everybody who rock with me. Shout out to everybody who supported the tonight's channel. Once again, Toya, shout out to her. Shout out to my family, Sabrina. Shout out to Hakeem and everybody else who rocked out. I definitely appreciate, Toya sent extra money. Hard-headed. I definitely appreciate everyone who's been rocking out with the channel. And when I do these Thursdays, this next Thursday, I'll be 6:30. I'll be a little earlier than tonight. But even if you're out and about, the weather's breaking, people are hanging out and, being outside more. You got your phone in your hand. You can still lock on and lock in and, give me a good 10, 15 minutes or, and also rewind it back. So make sure you share this, because I'm definitely getting shadow banned. So make sure you share. That's the only defense mechanism against shadow banning. They don't want information worthwhile to get out to the masses. So every time you share this content, it helps this get out to the masses. All right. So once again, shout out to everybody supporting the show. Everybody who rocking out, inbox me so I can get you ladies. Just stay alert. Back. Check me out. I want you rocking out this grocery store. You forget your bag. You gotta have a bag anyway. So you might as well have a bag that can protect you, so to speak. All right. I'll give you another like 3 minutes. Anybody got any comments about the show? Got something you want to mention? You got a business? You know what I mean? Whatever have you, let me know. He said, and he said, they have the burner that shoot mace pellets. They're legal in New Jersey. Okay. They shoot mace pellets. I got to look into that. You know, inbox me, family, and send me a message so we can look into that and dive into that. Whatever helps, you know, protect the community. I'm all in. Definitely, you know, hit me up so I could look into that and present it to the public. We're gonna also have on June 18th, Juneteenth weekend, we're gonna have a walk, Bugalo Park. Come on out. Probably have light refreshments. We're gonna have light refreshments, music, and we're gonna do a walk. You know, to bring awareness of homelessness and also in the spirit of Juneteenth. So June 18th, Bugalo Park. I'll get the times for you guys, and we're gonna have a walk. And also, you know, because it's important. I remember, you know, when I was doing the Scared Straight human trafficking, stay alerts, human trafficking awareness class. The guy in the class, you know, the instructor, he had, you know, he had the ladies doing jumping jacks. They were running around. They were doing, you know, pushers and this, that, and the other. And then they were running. They were all winded. And I said to him, I said, listen, you know, I'm like, I wanted him to teach like defense tactics, and you know, I wanted him to teach little moves that they could do if somebody grabbed them and this, that, and the other. And you know what he said to me? Because after they finished jogging, you know, women were winded, they like starting to sweat and all that. He said one of the best defense tactics is being in shape and being able to run. I said, wow. You know, he said, yeah, listen, that's your best defense, you know, because you might need to run. So we need to be in shape. So we're going to do a walk. We're going to do a walk and, you know, just to bring awareness to homelessness and in the spirit of Juneteenth. But we're also doing it to get in shape because you just might need to run, you know. Shout out to my brother, the Enemy's Public. You know, he said, good bill, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm signing off and I enjoyed it. You know, next Thursday I'll be here. I'll be a little earlier, between 6:30 and 7, but I definitely enjoyed the people. And you know, if you take anything away from today's show, I want all of you guys to stay patient. Once again, shout out to all my supporters. I'll see you guys next week, man. Hey, listen, hit the subscribe button. Back to Tramel's Urban Report. I'll see you guys next week. It's been lovely.